Hi, everybody, and welcome to Charger 360, the official video podcast of the University of New Haven. I'm J.W. Stewart, former ESPN and NBC anchor, and now I teach here in our sport management program at the University of New Haven.
And I'm Bruce Barber, former co-host of Smith & Barber, The Morning Show, and I run the campus radio station WNHU.
So, Bruce, it seems like we always have people from the radio station here on the show.
Yes.
So I think this might be the first sport management student we have, one of my former students.
Good.
So everybody on campus knows this guy. They just call him Vincent. We'll get into that in a minute. But Vincent from France, like Jens knows him.
Okay.
Rosina Jasser, who was on the program recently, knows
Yes.
Vincent. Like anybody on campus seems to know who Vincent is. So we figured it's time to have Vincent here on Charger 360. And we're pleased to welcome Vincent Tremulot-Blanchard to Charger 360. Now, I took.
Just wait a minute.
Yes.
I've got this because I don't know if you know this, but je parle un peu français.
Okay.
Vincent Tremulot-Blanchard.
Perfect. That was amazing, actually.
That's pretty good, Bruce.
Merci.
You never cease to amaze me.
That's it, by the way. That
was
it.
good.
I'm out. Mic drop.
Vincent is a grad student getting his MBA with us. He earned his undergraduate degree at the University of New Haven in sport management. As you've probably figured out by now, Vincent is from France. So the obvious question, Vincent, is why did you choose, leaving France and coming here to the University of New Haven?
So first I was playing basketball right when I was in high school, still in France, and at first I had, dreams of becoming a professional basketball player. And obviously growing up in France, all you see, like all the highlights, they get the NBA, right? Everything is related to America since it's national sports. So I wanted to get a chance to go in America, trying to play against Americans, trying in the best environment and see if I could thrive in there. So I did the prep school year in Putnam Science Academy. So 1 year over there was a prep school after my the high school diploma. And I found out that it was very good. Unfortunately, I don't think I was made to be a professional basketball player, but I still love my experience. And eventually what I got in there is I wanted to continue in America because I love how the classes were taught, the experience I had, the professor were very welcoming, very nice. And it was also small class sizes that I really appreciated that you don't have as much in France when you go to university. And so, I wanted to continue. I looked for school. And then I was able to visit and tour the University of New Haven. Mm-hmm. And I actually found out Dr. Momshu, she was there for the open house. And when she gave a speech about how many amazing opportunities there are in the sports management program and that she had students still now responding to her program, I was like, I will respond. If you give me an internship, I will do it. I want to be involved. And so she really sell me the sports management program. And then also the 3+1 aspect of it was very interesting. Being in COVID during my high school year, feel like I kind of, took a year age in a sense that I wanted to get back. So I think that was a good way to get it back as well.
And how do you find, what would you say is the way that you would describe the difference living in France versus living in the United States, and specifically West Haven, Connecticut?
Oh, that's very interesting. I don't know if my French fellow are going to see this show, but if I do
Vincent, we're worldwide. So
Exactly,
yes,
Vincent.
people in France are going to see this.
Yes.
but
Speak globally, Vincent.
But I would say at least what I can say about America is that the professors are very more welcoming, and it's also close to be somewhat of a friendship. Obviously, there's still boundaries, but there's definitely a warm welcome that you have and connection that you have with professor, right? I think in France, there's a little more power dynamic, which is something we talk about in class, right?
Interesting.
And I know in France, we have higher power dynamics. So not as close to your professor in France as you are here, I feel like in America. So that's one of the big difference. I will say also the food is another thing. I know in France, we have a more diverse food available. And here, it's a little harder, especially for someone that doesn't have a car. I don't get the choice to go, in downtown, you haven't too much. So maybe that's why I didn't experience as much new food. So that's also one thing I had to adapt in the sense is the food being from France and then here in America. And also the involvement on campus. That's kind of tied back to the professor. I never truly had an experience in France being university because I came here for America first. So I never experienced myself before. When I heard from friends and what we know of France is you kind of just go to classes and then you study and then you pass your exam. There's not as much, I feel a campus life as there is here in America with all the clubs, even being an RA, the different roles that you can have on campus are just something that I love and I feel was was fitted to me, and which is why I came here rather than staying in France.
Like I said, it seems like everybody on campus knows you. And that's because you are involved in so many different clubs and activities. Like if you looked at Vincent's LinkedIn profile, or your resume's got to be like pages and pages and pages long. Please tell the viewers some of the amazing opportunities that you've taken advantage of and gotten involved with here at the University of New Haven.
So early on in my freshman year, actually my second semester, I was able to become the president of the Entrepreneurship Club on campus. So I think that's one of the main role, if not the main role, I took on. I also became the treasurer of the whole council in my building in Bethel. So that's something I was able to also get involved more financially in planning events. My second year, I became a resident assistant, right, which is a role I've been holding for 3 years now. And I think after that, I was able to do an internship with Yale Athletics also last year, yes, in the fourth semester. I've been able to do an internship with Professor Lakita for Youth Entrepreneurs Connecticut over the summer. And now I'm working also for the marketing team as a content creator. And I'm also working as an academic graduate assistant for the tutoring task, kind of helping like the transition going D1, making sure athletes have all the supports they need academically.
You know, I'm just thinking.
Oh boy.
Is there a club, J-Dub, or an organization, something that I don't know would put you on the radio that Vincent might consider? WNHU, Vincent. You just emailed me. vbarber@newhaven.edu. Oh, I'm hearing the show right now. Music from France.
Okay, I could try.
Right?
I
Yes.
think music for France definitely wants to
Sports.
get better.
French sports. The whole French show.
French, I
The
like
French
that.
show. I just named it.
That's like the radio station is the one thing you're not involved with on campus. Or you're involved with everything else, but somehow not
Right.
the radio
But I
station.
know of it. I've been using it. I know Albert and Sebastian, right, had a
Yes.
podcast that I was able to visit. Professor Rosina had us doing a podcast.
Yes.
So, like, I know of it.
Okay,
I
good.
never use it. But
You
and
know.
also Gabby Gostra-Perez.
Yes.
So I know of it. I know
All
the
right.
resources, but never used it
It's
as
going to
much.
happen. It's going
Sounds
to
good.
happen.
Yeah, I can hear the French national anthem already as the introduction.
Exactly. When we shut down at night.
We sign off.
Exactly.
So Vincent, you mentioned you've been an RA the last few years. What has that experience been like?
It's been amazing. It's just the amount of responsibility you have as an RA and how much it can build you as a leader. I think this is one of the main reasons why I was able to become the person I am now, because I don't think I had those leadership capacity when I was in high school in France. So yeah, it's very rewarding. There's so much that you can do with it. And also building relationship with the residents is the thing I love the most. Be able to be there, especially because I was an RA in the first year dorm, my first 2 years in Bethel and Bixler, helping first year students transition from like high school to college, even though it's different from like transitioning to one country to another, but it's still a transition. You have to adapt. There's new rules, new ways of proceeding. And I was very happy to be able to be there to kind of help some of the residents, which I'm still very close to right now. And actually some of them are my colleagues in the marketing team. So it's just, yeah, it's super nice to see them coming as first year students and then growing to the leaders that they are now on campus. And now working with sophomores is also very great to be able to kind of like help them be as involved as I am on campus, sharing all the experience I have, all the opportunities and resources that are available on campus to make sure that you build up your resume and you have an amazing time at New Haven.
Wow, I'm so glad you brought that up because I think it's such an important thing to talk about. And that is, I don't know if this was the case when you went to college, J-Dub, but I know when I went, I was prepared for the fact that this was college. I guess where I came from, everybody just went to college. You didn't think twice about it. But I was really unprepared for, I mean, this was my first time. I never had a roommate growing up. I had my own room. And it was much more of an adjustment than I ever thought it would be. So what is your specific strategy? Like somebody watching this and they're going to come here, are you upfront with, hey, this is going to be a big adjustment, and then what advice do you have for them?
I would say it's definitely a big adjustment. Like you say, everybody comes from a different background, but there's a high chance that maybe you never share a room with someone, never share a bathroom. So it's kind of hard to transition to that when you also have to adapt to classroom, to the whole new life. And then you come into your room, you have to adapt to someone else. So it's definitely, we have a lot of process as RA that we have to do. And one of them is like roommate conversation to kind of talk about those potential issues, making sure everybody's on the same page. But also you just gotta learn how to communicate. You cannot expect people to know your needs or your expectation if you don't share them. So if you don't talk to your roommate or your suite mates, then nothing is gonna get fixed, right? You can't expect them to read your mind. So one thing I would say is definitely learn how to communicate, learn how to be okay to have conflict. I don't think conflict is a bad word. I see this as an area of growth. Because if you address those things, then you can have a meaningful conversation, understand both perspectives, and then be able to find a middle ground or a compromise. But if you don't talk, you will never be able to figure that out. So I would say definitely talk. Utilize your RA, obviously. That's also why we're here. We're able to be a supportive system. So if you don't know how to manage this conversation, then you can come to your RA and maybe ask them for advice so they can help you do that. But I would say, yeah, just be ready to communicate. Don't try to just wait for problems to be solved on his own or whatever. You got to be able to talk.
You are certainly leaving a legacy on our campus. One of the amazing things that you did as well was your sport management capstone project. Tell us about that and how you hope that becomes a legacy project for the university.
I mean, yeah, the sports management capstone is something I heard since my freshman year, right? We know when we're going to be a senior, that's the class we're going to take, and that's going to be one of the most hands-on class. So being involved on campus early on, I was able to get some experience already in being a leader on campus and planning events. So I saw this class as an opportunity to kind of prove my worth and put my 100% into one project. Because sometimes it's hard to manage multiple aspects of your life. You're not able to give 100% to everything. But because in this was a class, it was a requirement, like we had class dedicated time to work on it, I was like, I got to give 100%. And the idea came of doing a fun run because I wanted to leave a legacy. Like you said, I didn't want to do something that was already been done. I wanted to do something kind of like a new to leave a legacy, as you mentioned. And so the idea of the fun run came because back in my high school in France, we had a similar event, or like we will run around our like high school, and for every laps that we do something, and some amount of money will be raised to a charity. And I realized we don't have anything like this here on campus. I think besides the Charger 400, but I don't think there's any charity component to it. So I think that was like something to do, and also university-wide program. We wanted to reach everyone, right, including faculty and hopefully alumni next year. But yeah, just wanted to give my 100%. That's why I was able to connect with the president, connect with the dean of students to have like t-shirts, and also connect with the different deans to give funding as a matching sponsor to cover the labs made by students and faculty. So I just wanted to utilize all the resources I was able to connect with as a leader through my different roles over the years, put that all into one project, one place, and that we did it with the fun run, Chargers United, and we were able to raise like $3,000, which I think was the record for the capstone class. And also we have more than 100 participants, which I think was a very successful attendance.
And what was the charity that benefited from this?
It was the the Ronald McDonald Foundation of Connecticut.
That's awesome. Now, and we're limited on time. There's so much we'd like to get to, but one of the things is I have, in my efforts this semester to really kind of get the word out about WNHU, our radio station, I'm back on Instagram, JD.
Oh boy.
Yes,
look out,
exactly. Look out. But anyways, so this has gotten me to, I follow everybody from our content creators. The team that you are on is so creative, and the stuff is wonderful. Talk about it a little bit.
It's been an amazing opportunity. I know this is supposedly another job I had added to all my roles on campus, but it doesn't feel like a job at all. This is just so much fun. We have an amazing team. Our supervisors are very nice. They're able to get us some of the ideas that we should work on, but they also let us spark our creativity spark with like all of the team, and we have amazing people on our team. And it's very diverse too now. We have like first year students, we have sophomores, we also graduate students like me, and we have like also people from all different majors. So the creativity that we have during our staff meeting is just a fun time, and I'm super happy that we're able to create some content that like a lot of people relate to. So this is something you can definitely get involved. I was able to get it through, I think, the Capstone project, because I connected with the marketing team to promote our Charger United Fun Run. But also one of my residents was working on the team last year when they first created it. So they was able to give me a connection to a same thing, a supervisor. But this is now something that they're going to have, I think, every year. They're definitely trying to build on it. So, once I graduate, there's probably going to be an opening. So I also definitely get involved, because this is, in terms of like skills that you can develop, it's very nice. And even network, you're going to meet a lot of people. Yep. And you're going to be comfortable.
We should make some content right now.
Yes, we can.
Like little photo here. Okay, there we go. Here it is.
Thank you.
Okay, that'll be on Instagram.
Yes, not all content's good content, right? We have standards here, Bruce.
Yes, that's okay.
Are you getting judgy with my content?
I am. So we're going to run over time, but this is worth it. I've saved the best for last here, Vincent. We say we're telling the stories of the University of New Haven. Part of your story is a love story.
Yes.
Would you please tell us this story about, you made an important decision to attend the University of New Haven. It might have been the most important decision you ever made. Please tell us how this has kind of led to you getting engaged and married soon.
So yes, I was able to, in my first semester, already met someone in my building, right? So my fiancée now, Kiana White. And so after the first year, we were able to connect after my first year in Bethel. And then after, we decided that we kind of wanted to be together after we had like a lot of different time to talk for the first year. And Kiana, my fiancée now, she has been able to help me so much get involved, like the position with the Entrepreneurship Club. She was able to hook that up with me by connecting with the former president. And then she continued to help me a lot on, even being an RA, right, too. And from now on, she's been my biggest supportive system. She was highly involved as well, right? She set the footstep for me. She was also the commencement speaker. That's to tell you know how much she was famous and good she was at her job. So I just follow her. She was one of my biggest examples here on campus. I was just trying to replicate as much as I could do with her. And then that led us, to be able to spend another year together, my sophomore year and our graduate here. And since then, we have been able to get engaged, continue our long-distance relationship, and we are looking to get married in January. So next semester, I'll come back with a ring, and then we're looking to build our life together after graduation. But my biggest example and biggest supportive system I've met. So like you said, I attend this university. That was my biggest decision, quitting basketball to focus on my academics. And then I made the second biggest decision of my life also to thanks to that decision by marrying Kiana.
That is so beautiful.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Kiana's
to
sitting
both
just
of you.
off camera here. Congratulations, Kiana.
Congrats.
That's awesome. A great way to end the show.
Yes.
I mean, that's one of the great things about Charger 360 and all the amazing people we get a chance to meet and talk to. And this is what can happen, right? You come to the University of New Haven.
L'amour.
Yeah,
exactly.
Very good in French.
French love.
Merci.
All right. Well, thanks to Vincent. Why don't you say his last name one more time?
Tremulot-Blanchard.
Yes, you got it perfect. That's
Very
very
good.
Thank you.
Blanchard.
Vincent, thanks for everything you're doing for us here at the University of New Haven. Again, congratulations to you and Kiana. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right, and that'll wrap up another edition of Charger 360. If you'd like to be on the show, all you got to do is email Bruce or myself, bbarber@newhaven.edu or jstewart@newhaven.edu. For Vincent, for Bruce, I'm J-Dub. Thanks for watching Charger 360, telling the love stories of the University of New Haven. We'll see you next time, everybody.